Hey guys, so I actually figured out how to dock the attribute table. So I'm going to close all these random attribute tables I have open, and I'm going to go to the settings here and options, and then data sources, and say open new attribute tables as docked windows. And I'm just going to check that and click OK, and let's just make sure that it worked. So now we see it's docked. That's much. I definitely prefer that. So now that we have the basic understanding of shapefiles and how they work in QGIS, let's do a little bit of analysis on a shapefile. So let's inspect this a little bit more, the attribute table, to look at some of these fields here. So we have name, so that looks like name, population, max, population, min. So let's do some sort of query or analysis on this. So let's try to find all of the shapefiles that have a population minimum, a minimum of, let's say 50, let's say 100,000. So what we can do is we can go to, let me close this. So if you go to processing here and then go to toolbox, this is where all of our QGIS processing tools are. So if you go to vector selection, so these shapefiles are known as vector data. There's basically two types: vector data and raster data. When you think of raster data, just think of imagery, and vector data is more like point lines and polygons. So we're looking at the vector tools here and vector selection, and we want to say extract by attribute. Just double click this, and so our input layer is going to be the shapefile selection attribute. So these are all of our fields, so there are actually a ton of fields in here we didn't even scroll over. But let's just say, what was that one we were looking at? Pop min. So let's say pop min, and the operator is going to be, we said greater than, so greater than, and this value is going to be 100, no comma, 100,000. I think that's 100,000. Yep. Okay. Open output file after running. Alright, that looks good. Let's just run that and see what happens. And close this. And you see it actually made this extracted field here. And I'm going to turn off the original one. And now this remaining result here is of points that have a population max or population min greater than 100,000. So actually, there's still a lot here. So let's remove this. And let's just do this same thing again. So pop min is greater than, let's say, 500,000. Close this. There's a lot less there. Okay, so now we've done some meaningful analysis here. We've narrowed our data down to areas where the population is greater than 500,000. So if we open this attribute table, well, it opened it over here, so let's close this one. This is now, and you can see here, this is the list of locations that have that bigger population. So it looks like there's 663 of them. So yeah, that's an example of what we could do with a shapefile. That's something you would do all the time. That's a very common procedure. So we'll just remove that, and so that's basically called a select by attribute. We selected data based on information that was in the attribute table. So that's super common. Another super common thing is extract by location. So this is a little bit different. We're going to say where features, let's say, are within. Oh, you know what? We need to have a different data set to compare this to. So I thought we were just going to be able to draw a little box, but I think they want us to use like a different shape file to use as the input. That's fine. You know what we can do is we can create our own shapefile right now. So here, let's go back to this folder and say new shapefile, and let's just call this part of where should we extract? Let's just say part of I don't know, it's too long. Let's just call it extract, and we're going to make this a polygon, and just click OK. It's called new layer shape because I didn't edit it at all. And now let's go to editing mode, and I'm going to add a polygon feature. So I'm just going to make this polygon over part of Alaska here, and this is going to be ID 1. So now we have a shapefile that's over Alaska. So I'm going to save that shapefile and get out of editing mode. And now we can do this extract by location. And for the input, for the input, we're going to give it this. So we want to extract features from. So what do we want to extract the features from? That's going to be this big populated places. So that's this. And we're going to say features that are within, and we're going to compare to our new layer, which is this. And just click run. And now if we turn off the original layer, we have a resulting layer of stuff just within that area. So those are by far the most common procedures you do with vector data, just a search by or extract by attribute, and search by or extract by location. So I think that's a good place to stop. So that's just an example of geoprocessing tools, and these are the kind of things that you can script with Python and make workflows using scripts and stuff. But we'll cover that eventually. Alright, see you guys in the next video.